So Eric Adams went on the Andrew Schulz Flagrant 2 podcast and finally gave us his side of the story of what's been going on with his bribery charges and the scandals and everything. I mean, they dug into it all.
Our illustrious guest is a true New York success story. I don't know if this has ever happened before. I don't know if it'll ever happen again. From my research, he went from literally one of the dudes doing the squeegee on your car when you're at the stop sign and you don't want it to mayor of New York City. Give it up for Eric Adams, everybody.
And yo, for a Democrat, Adams is pretty based. You got to hear some of the stuff he said.
This is one of the things that we were, as we were doing like prep for this, I'm watching all these videos from you and I'm like, I'm so curious. Like, are you aware of the moments you have that go viral? Like, does it hit you like it hits? Because you say some stuff like,
did you guys know that in going through all of this lawfare from the Biden administration, Eric Adams became a Kash Patel fan?
New Yorkers stop me all the time in trying to find the rationale behind this. And I found it in this book. I'm going to encourage every New Yorker to read it. Read it and understand how we can never allow this to happen to another innocent American.
You know what book is a great book, man? Everybody should read the book, Kash Patel's Government Gangsters.
okay.
You
Need him on the pod.
Yeah, you should read that book, man.
Okay.
Kash breaks this down.
What is he? And is this what
He's
some?
now
yeah.
the FBI director.
Of course. We love Kash.
Yeah.
But
Did you guys just see how excited Eric Adams, the current mayor of New York, was to have Kash Patel as the director of the FBI? Man, that's insane. Man, New York, y'all are sleeping on Eric Adams. You going with Cuomo instead? Lockdown lover Cuomo. And you guys are wondering why there's an exodus from New York. The whole city's gonna be nothing but purple-haired hipsters that moved to New York from somewhere like California pretty soon.
is this like what people refer to? And I think this word has been used too much, but like the deep state or whatever it is.
It's not used too much. It's real, brother.
Oh, really?
Brother.
So
This guy's labeled a Democrat. He's the current mayor of New York. No wonder they're getting rid of this guy. Oh my God. Man, if they could get a few years with Eric Adams under the belt, with none of this immigration craziness going on, with support from the federal administration, bro, New York could be a place where some of us might want to move back. That open air mall vibe is fun. I mean, New York was a place where the internet kind of existed before the internet even existed, because of how connected social environments and communities are. Whatever it is that you're interested in, you can find a meetup with like 20 to 30 other people that are interested in the same thing. I mean, it's fun. So they start getting into the immigration craziness and the back and forth between the Biden administration, and that leads into the talk about the scandals, the bribery charges, everything.
When I was in Ecuador, Ecuadorians didn't want to leave their country and come to America. They loved being in their country. When I went down there and I spoke to the people, they said the gangs have taken over.
So they're looking for a reprieve from the gang violence.
Right. And then they came here to New York.
And they were like, they over here too.
That's exactly.
Gotcha.
Eric Adams just does not like following the Democrat Party line. He's like a normal dude that's not willing to just say what he's supposed to say because they told him to. If the Democrat Party had their head on straight, they would be looking to people like Eric Adams to lead the next phase of the Democrat Party. From where I'm sitting, and yo, guys, tell me if I'm wrong on this. Where I'm sitting, he looks like he's the left-leaning counterpart to us populists on the right side of things. If you guys agree, like and subscribe and share the video with someone. I appreciate you.
This is what angered me. This was the tipping point where I decided I got to publicly criticize the administration, the Biden administration.
Yeah. When did that happen? Because that was very brave. I thought.
The money. This cost us $7 billion.
And apparently, a lot of what New York was doing for these migrants was stipulated by the federal government.
And you're in this situation where you're like, okay, the federal government is not helping me with this situation at all. And I'm shackled by my limitations as a city to even put these people to work or do anything. So now essentially the federal government, through law, is making me put them up and feed them.
So he's sitting there getting pressured by the Biden administration at the cost of his own constituents in New York.
And then you just got to sit there and take it.
And what you just stated, and here's the impact of this. This is what's deep about this moment.
Poof, $7 billion gone out of New York City's budget.
The long-term impact of that is what troubles me. I could have taken $200 million of that to go to chronically absent children, because we had a lot of children that are chronically absent after COVID.
You know what's crazy, man? We used to be one party, the Democratic Republican Party. And when you listen to Eric Adams, you can almost see how that was the case. Populist Democrats and populist Republicans could get along, and we could have some really constructive policy deliberations, man.
What you're saying is that this is a federal issue. The federal government is responsible for protecting the borders of this country.
Dude, if we got immigration on lock from a federal standpoint, New York City can be a sanctuary city all day, because who's going to be showing up? It's going to be almost nobody compared to the 6.7 million that showed up during the Biden administration. You know, this is really piecing together for me how the progressives that he was surrounded by there in New York's establishment systematically destroyed his reputation with their incompetence. So here we get to the part where Eric Adams starts pushing back and the Biden administration gets real salty.
Okay. So listen, and I don't want to get conspiratorial. I don't want to get conspiratorial, but after you come out, and I thought, like, very reasonably criticized them, right? A little bit afterwards, all of a sudden, the Justice Department looks into Eric Adams.
You know, I had the exact same reaction when I saw all of this play out. Let me know in the comments if when the Justice Department initially announced looking into Eric Adams and those indictments, if you guys thought the same thing too.
Now listen, I don't want to get conspiratorial here.
I do.
But we're gonna get conspiratorial.
Eric Adams' face when that guy was like, "Oh yeah, I do." Yo, it's hilarious. Eric Adams is based.
It was the dollar amount.
Right.
If you are being corrupted, it better be more than $100,000. Please, God. Now, listen, I know there's level of corruption in government all over the place, but you are the mayor of New York City. Have some fucking respect for yourself.
$100,000
It's got to be 20 million or some shit. What is it? So do you think there's any connection to those two things?
You're darn right, I do.
So this Turkish bribery case was interesting because apparently Eric Adams was accused of accepting over $100,000 in travel perks, including free or discounted flights or hotel stays from Turkish nationals and officials starting in 2016 while he was Brooklyn Borough president and later during his 2021 mayoral campaign. In exchange, Adams allegedly pressured the NYC Fire Department to approve the opening of a new Turkish consulate in Manhattan in 2021 despite safety concerns to accommodate a visit by Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Legal outcome, charged in September 2024 with bribery, wire fraud, illegal campaign contributions. The case was dismissed with prejudice in April by a federal judge this April 2025, following the Justice Department request in February of 2025. And that was after a judge had an independent expert review everything, and they recommended that the judge drop the charges with prejudice. And in fact, two prosecutors who worked on the Adams case were placed on leave.
It's just unbelievable what this deep state is about and why it's so important for Americans that we cannot have a weaponizing of our prosecutorial powers.
The dude goes even further than that.
How does that work
That's a great question. Great question. First of all, I think it was Jack Nicholson and a few good men. We said you really don't want to know the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth. Right.
Watch Eric Adams break down the nature of the administrative state from his perspective and how he's seen it operate within his own city. This is wild.
When I came into office as the mayor, there were folks who were in agencies because agencies run cities. You know, the Department of Traffic, Department of Sanitation, Police Department. That's what runs cities. There were people who were in agencies for 30, 40 years.
Never been elected.
Right.
It's not a grand conspiracy. The deep state is just a reference to the entrenched bureaucracy.
And they make decisions that you don't even realize are being made. And so a mayor comes in with his agenda. There's some things he can do, but there's others. If you there for 30 years, you like looking at them saying,
"This motherfucker, why are you telling me?" Yeah, all right, go talk your shit.
I love the way he puts that. A city is run by agencies, just like the country is run by agencies. And so these people that sit in these appointed positions that don't change over with administration are there for so long. They become entrenched and they create an entrenched network. That is the administrative state. And they are deeply entrenched. They are a deep state, a deeply entrenched administrative state. In the full podcast, Eric Adams goes into so much more detail. I definitely suggest you guys check it out. It's 2 hours long, ton of fun to watch. But before you do that, check out one of the videos on the left. I appreciate you. The algorithm loves it when you do that. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. You guys rock, and I will see you on the next one.